Hey, my name is Vincent Thomas. I'm a Boy Scout from Troop 229 from 29 Palms. I've been in Boy Scouts for 11 years. I joined Cub Scouts in Ramona in 2005 and Boy Scouts in 2008 here in 29 Palms. I joined the Boy Scouts because my mother gave me a choice. Go to Boy Scouts or to soccer. And since soccer was just one sport and Boy Scouts was like you could do a whole lot of sports at one time, I said go to Boy Scouts. You know, you get to do more things. You get to go camping. And I loved camping at that time. And I still do. Don't get me wrong. Then I moved out here to 29 Palms, and I needed to find another troop, another Boy Scout pack or to go into. And at the elementary school, we were having a back-to-school night, and the Boy Scout Troop 229 had set up a booth, and they were doing, I think maybe fire whittling or something small, but not so big that the elementary school would go, hey, get out of here. And I joined them because they were the first ones that I saw, first troop that I saw, and I really liked Boy Scouts, and so I went to them first. And that's why I joined Troop 229.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. So, my name is Sam Troy. I joined Troop 229 my freshman year in high school. The first experience I saw on Troop 229 was one day I was walking from my house to the church, and I come across their one event, the Court of Honor, and I was the awkward scene moment because, it was during the Court of Honor, and I came in, and I was like, what's going on? So that was my first experience in Troop 229. Why I joined the troop was because I have a friend named Vincent Thomas. He's to join the troop because, it would be a lot of fun, so I did, and that's how I got into Boy Scouts.
Scouts has been a part of my life forever. I've always been in Scouts. As I've been in Scouts though, I've more and more appreciated the outdoors. I understand it. It's a place you want to protect. It's beautiful out here. It's what I like about Scouts, and it also opens you up to new experiences, Like, sometimes I would have never gone on this particular hike or have never been to this particular place if it wasn't for Scouts. I also make great friends in Scouts all the time. People that I would have as friends forever. That's how much Scouts has affected me.
So, my experience in Scouts has changed me mentally and physically because I met some good and great role models in there. For example, Y.G. Nini, Stephen Simmons, Justin Yassin, Vincent Thomas, and the best of them all, Corey Abra. Before I joined Scouts, I was physically ill, you could say. But after I joined Scouts, I improved my physical health, but not greatly, but improved. It has shaped me to become a better leader and to show me that the nature is something that's great to be enjoyed. And so far I'm enjoying the nature right now and the view. So hey, remember that one camping trip we went to Sugarloaf and we camped at night? It was like windy, it was like negative degrees.
It was negative like 19 degrees.
Dude, I was suffering, man. I was like had layers on clothes and I was still suffering.
So cold. All the way up in Big Bear.
Dude, what did Joey like sleep like no clothes at all but like underwear? Like
I don't remember. It was cold. I mean, were you with us when we got lost?
no.
The previous Sugarloaf, we went hiking and we got lost. We were climbing up this rock face instead. It was hard. It was cold and we were miserable. That's where That's where I pretty much yelled and screamed at everybody. When we got back to camp, because nobody was going to bed, they were knocking each other's tents over, and I was just done. I was so tired. We were we got lost, and I was done.
So is that how you got your nickname, Squee?
Well, no. Squee came from a while ago, a bit before that. That's when I became Squeezilla, because I got really angry at everybody, which doesn't occur anymore. But I know that was one of my most memorable experiences.
Same here.
Yeah. Another one was Philmont. You haven't been to Philmont.
Which I never went to. I never will, Brian.
Philmont is a very extensive hike. 2 weeks straight hiking up and down over things and building team leadership, trying not to knock out the person next to you because they made you angry, and oh yeah.
Well, tell us about it.
Alright, well, I mean, there's so much going on. I went to Philmont 2 times. It was great because you were away from everybody, you got to lead, and you were definitely out there in the wilderness. You made your own trails, sort of. And there was always things to do, like mountain biking at different checkpoints. We would ride horses at some times. We would have burro races, which we would, like line up 2 burros and race them and see who got there first. We shot shotguns. We shot bolt action rifles. What else? There was blacksmithing that we did. There was a whole lot of stuff.
So like all the equipment was like provided for you. You guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rock climbing was one of the things that we did. That was real cool. We had to carry all our food every single day though. It was heavy.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my most memorable experiences.
Well, I'm glad you had fun at Philmont.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Hey Vince.
Yeah.
So I have a friend that's going to be a freshman next year, and he wants to join the Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to him?
Well, when you join Scouts, you get taught a lot of things, and there's a lot of things to do. The main enticement of Scouts is bringing people to the outdoors, and teaching them leadership skills, and how to be a man, sort of thing. And except for you. Another thing. It's all about preservation of things and the restoration of things. That's an important part of scouting. Leave no trace program is a very big part. Pack it in, pack it out. Don't leave anything, don't take anything, take only pictures, leave only footprints. That's a very important part of scouting.
It's all the memories, I guess.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's all about the memories.
Yeah, was there any advice that was given to you by any previous Scouts?
Well, not really. I mean, I've been in Scouts. I was pretty much the main one who was giving out advice. There was a lot of times where it's like, cool down, Vincent. You don't need to get so angry, or ease up. Don't get on top of him too hard, because I was real tough on a lot of the new Scouts.
Well, any advice that morally changed you, physically or mentally, or gave you a thought of of the perspective of that advice?
Yeah, I was there was some people who were trying to lead us, and they weren't leading very well at all, and I was gonna step in and just speak my mind, and this is how you need to do it. But I was held back. I said sometimes you just need to let them do what they need to do. Let them go out and go at it. So, don't interfere with them.
So scouting is about being one with yourself, and able to express yourself without being judged.
Mm-hmm. And let others do what they need to do. Don't get involved in them and try to control them.
So let them be their own leader.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then create their own path to their own.
Absolutely. It's places like this that you want to preserve. All over the world, there's people taking things for their own personal advantage. You just gotta watch and look and Respect.
So what would be like the pro side of joining scouts?
You learn things.
Besides that, like the outdoors activities, camping.
Oh yeah, it's all fun. It's a whole lot of fun. That's great. It's all great and all, but once you really get down to it, it's about learning and looking and appreciating what you have.
It's like being one with the nature.
In your short time in Scout, Sam, what have you accomplished? What have you done?
Well, I've accomplished reaching first class.
Mm-hmm.
And I've accomplished the harshness, the cold, the bearing of the Sugarloaf camping I went. Also, the high intensity of hiking and going up the elevation because, it was rough for me because I have motion sickness, especially driving with Brad. But no harsh there, Brad. But I've accomplished a lot since I joined Scouts, and I've appreciated those accomplishments. And about Brad, I've learned a thing or two from Brad because he's tough on us for a reason because he cares for us and he models the being a leader every day, so we could take over.
He lets us do our own thing. He lets the Scouts become the leaders of the troop.
Yeah, and that's why Brad tries hard. I appreciate all the hard work he does. And I think people should, help Brad out, because a lot of kids aren't seeing what Brad's trying to do, and I think, thank you. And I think that's some of the flaws in the Scouts, but other than that, I think Brad's a great guy. So what do you think about Brad, Vince, huh?
He's crazy, but he knows what he's doing.
He almost killed me, by the way, so, yeah.
He almost killed all of us all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's a very good scoutmaster. He knows what he's doing. He's been in Scouts for a long, long time, and he's come to the conclusion that the Boy Scouts need to run their own troop. If they need to get something together. If they can't get something together, then it won't get done. If they're not willing to put together a menu for their next camp out, then they won't get a menu for their next camp out, and they won't eat. He wants to make a point that whatever you do, it's you, and you're accomplishing it, and that's what you're doing.
I feel like Brad's like preparing us for life, because once we get out there on our own, there's nobody going to be hey, do this, do that. We have to do it by ourselves. So I think Brad's just thinking about our future right now.
Yep.